So the main question which I get asked as a driving instructor is seems to be about steering all the time. Do I have to feed the wheel? Do I have to put my hands at 10 to 2? Can I feed the wheel, or do I have to cross my hands? What's the best option? The best option is whatever is best for you. But feeding the wheel is the preferred method for examiners because it shows that you have full control of the vehicle. Now, when you're feeding the wheel at lower speeds, you get a lot more control out of the steering wheel and you're able to gauge how much you need to turn the wheel. Whereas if you're crossing your hands, you may oversteer and then you've got to bring the wheel back a little bit quick. So feeding the wheel is always the best method when actually steering the car. But again, it is down to personal preference. So when we're feeding the wheel, our hands should be at 10 to 2 on the steering wheel. If we go in left, we should just lift our left hand to the center of the wheel, and when we turn the wheel, we just follow with the right hand until it reaches the bottom. When your hands meet at the bottom of the wheel, then you can push up, but then you mirror your left hand with your right hand. Then if you need more, you pull back down and you mirror your hand. When you want to bring the wheel back, you just do it the opposite motion. Same thing if you want to turn right, then you raise your right hand slightly, and then you start to follow your hands around. So it's like having two big bananas on the side of the wheel, and you're just following those lines. So let's have a look how this goes in practice. Okay, so we're going to be turning left in this car park several times, just to see how we actually feed the wheel. I'm not going to change into second gear. Any car parks, I always recommend that you should be in first gear with a little bit of gas, or second gear with no gas at all. I'm going to raise my left hand to turn, and if it's not enough, I'm going to push up and then pull. So we push and pull the steering wheel when we feed the wheel. I've got a learner coming around the corner. She's quite new, this girl, so I'm going to be a bit careful. I've been watching that car go around the car park several times, and she's a bit erratic, so we're just going to be aware of her. So again, we're coming up to another junction at the end of this road. So I'm going to be pulling down with the left first, so I raise my hand to the top, just to give myself some extra clearance on the wheel. Pull down, push up, pull down. It's this new girl again, so I'm just going to stop here for a second and then move away. So pull down, push up, pull down. Okay, so that's going left. On the next circuit now, we're going to be turning right, just so you can see how it works in the opposite direction. And hopefully I'm not going to be meeting this girl again too much. She's actually leaving the car park now. So I'm going to come around this bend. And if you notice, there's very light grip on the steering wheel. I'm not gripping in dear life. If I grip too tight, I'm not going to be able to turn the wheel. I'm not going to be able to allow the wheel to move. So at the end this time, I'm going to be turning right. So this time I'm going to raise my right hand, and I'm just going to slow it down a little bit because I can't quite see. I'm going to start to turn. My left hand meets the right hand at the bottom. Now I'm going to go to the right hand side of the road. Now allow the wheel to feed back. I'm going to turn right again, so raise my right hand down. So you keep feeding the wheel so you have full control of the wheel. If you need a little bit more, you can turn a little bit more. If you need a little bit less, then you can turn a little bit less. So I'm just going to get past this van on my right hand side, and then we're going to go right again. Got a car coming from my left, so I'm going to slow down, clutch down, pull down, push up, pull down. I'm going to turn right again. I'm going to put an indicator on because I've got a car right behind me now, and then I'm going to turn left. So now I start to feed the wheel the opposite way. So by feeding the wheel, you have a lot more control of your steering, and it gives you more control of the turns.